Today, the struggle for national security doesn't just take place against known enemies on distant battlefields. Today, the enemy walks among us.
The USS Cole was targeted in Yemen, the 9/11 instances in New York City. From that point on, the Navy became much more focused on base security issues.
Currently, your security measures fall short when it comes to people coming and accessing your base.
There's literally thousands and thousands of different cards that get people on bases. Driver's licenses, regular military ID cards, base activity passes. And to date, the only way to check that is the gate guard looks at the ID card, and hopefully that person can somehow memorize in their head thousands of people that are on terrorist lists. It's impossible. No gate guard can do that.
Typically the Navy would send down a list haphazardly, and within a year we would have a book about 12 to 14 inches thick of items that we had to memorize. It was totally unmanageable.
As you know, here in the Northwest, we have the Triton Program, which is one of the Navy's most critical assets. So the idea was developed to come up with a mechanism, a mobile device, to help the security officers evaluate people quickly at the gate.
The way the Mobilisa ID verification system works is the guard actually takes the ID from the individual, scans the barcode on the ID, and it automatically in the system checks it against the persons of interest database.
They can take this Mobilisa ID verification system, instantly read the card, checks 1D, 2D barcodes as well as mag stripes, so it'll cover every driver's license of every state. It'll read every military ID, it even reads passports, and first of all checks whether they're fake. Second thing it does is check whether they're on a bad guy list. The system does all that, and it does it in real time.
It takes away a lot of the pressure that is on a person doing everything visually.
One of the key things that we get back from them is that they feel a sense of purpose and a sense of increasing their security at the gates, whereas before it was just a visual check. With this tool, they know that they're protecting their installations and it's enhancing their job performance.
It has greatly improved their morale, because if terrorists were to get past that security officer, well, next it's, a nuclear submarine. So we give great import to our security officers.
I can carry the M2500 on my side on a holster. It's just ultra light and it's there when I need it, and I need it all the time.
The Mobilisa M2500 makes it faster to process a line of traffic as they come in the morning and during the peak hours.
It quickly scans the IDs and we can just pass the people on or deny them entry and have them U-turn.
It is important for us to know who is getting on our bases. And if somebody was turned away at one base, for instance, a submarine base, and this person would show up at Kings Bay, Georgia, where we have our other submarine base for the Triton program, that might be interesting. That might be interesting not only from a law enforcement or terrorist, but also from a counterintelligence perspective as well.
So if something happens at one base, all of the other handhelds are wirelessly updated, and then if a person tries to go through that gate and that ID card, they're going to know, and they're going to be stopped right then.
That way a person can't go there, do a bad thing, come here and gain access.
What it does is it takes it from the office environment, puts it into the hands of the gate guard or a law enforcement person. So now it's mobile. So not only can you use it at the gate, you can do it at the flight line of where the airport operations are happening. You can do waterside security. You can put it in boats. This thing is mobile and wireless. The M2500 can also secure ships, just like it does in your gates, but it'll do it in both directions, as you leave the ship and as you come aboard the ship.
The Mobilisa system also has a built-in imager where you can take photos with the same imager that you use to decode the barcodes that you're scanning as you come through the gate.
We just snap their picture, they don't even know we did it. They leave, we don't have to rely on any eyewitness accounts, we got it right on the screen.
A complementary piece to the M2500 is the Pass and ID module, or the software that works for the visitor center. You can choose to use this module or not use it as necessary for your base. It provides you with three important features. First of all, it speeds up the process. You show your ID card, such as a driver's license, and it will fill out all the information automatically rather than having to enter it by hand. Second, after you have the card, instead of printing a special visitor's pass, just give them back their own card. That is the visitor's pass. And third, and very importantly, it'll do a background check.
But I want you to remember, as we work to secure the homeland, we have to be right 100% of the time. And the enemy only has to be right one time.
In the last 6 months, utilizing this technology, we have been able to identify 500 individuals, that's a lot of people, that have attempted to gain access to our base that did not gain access to our base. Again, utilizing this device. I can't even imagine the thousands of people prior to our technology that gained access to our bases that shouldn't have gained access.
One of the most amazing things that we found was the military didn't really know how many lost or stolen ID cards they had. Turned out it was nearly 1 million.
Given the after effects of 9/11, this is definitely a long overdue tool to help facilitate the access to military installations.
I'm entirely confident that if we were able to take this system Navy-wide, we would identify a terrorist. That's how confident I am about what we are doing to protect our naval assets.
I would recommend this to be used at all places in the Navy, or Department of Defense for that matter.
If we don't secure our bases, we open ourselves up to an attack. And it is our primary imperative to protect our bases from the next terrorist attack.
We have security concerns today, and the Mobilisa ID verification system will work today, and it'll keep your base safe today. Once again, the key features of the M2500 are that it catches bad guys, it prevents unauthorized access, catches fake IDs, it will work with existing ID cards, it's mobile, and it provides a fully integrated system. It's cost-effective, and most of all, it works today.